Farley Ledges is located in Irving, Massachusetts off of Route 2. It has probably over 400 routes and 400 boulders. It's a combination of sport climbs, trad climbs, and quite a few mixed climbs. The Western Mass Climbers Coalition owns the Farley parking lot. Once you hike past the kiosk, you are onto private land, which is a combination of a local utility company and private landowners. The Farley parking lot is probably one of the biggest cruxes to coming to enjoy Farley. On a weekend, it's often full by 8 or 9 o'clock, and parking there really is a community effort. If everybody parks strategically in the lot, we can often get more than 20 cars in there. But if folks come in and take up more space than their car needs or park in a way that takes up space that another car could have, it significantly reduces how many cars we can get in. We're working on an accessible parking space so that climbers from the adaptive community can more easily enjoy Farley Ledges. More on that to come. At the top of the parking lot, you're going to find a kiosk that has trail maps, the suggested donation of $5 with a QR code if you are technologically savvy, or the green Iron Ranger shown here where you can throw in a couple bucks. The money from the Iron Ranger and from the QR code goes directly to supporting the WMCC and all of the exciting stuff we have going on. Most directly, it probably goes to supporting this porta potty that we're able to have for folks in the high season months. If you get to the Farley parking lot and things are full, you have a couple of options. There's a neighborhood parking lot east of the main lot. It's 8 cars and on private land, so please be very courteous of how you park, your noise level, and how you're spending your time there. There is access to the M&M Trail east of where you park. It's very clearly marked, and it, again, is on private land, so be courteous because we are guests. If you don't get a spot in the main lot and you don't get a spot at the 8-car lot, we ask that you please do not park on Route 2, and please do not park across Route 2 over by the Millers River Bridge. This is all private land. The landowners have recently posted no trespassing and no parking signs, so we ask that you respect them. Another really exciting option that has recently developed for parking is for folks to park in the Irving Municipal Lot in Irving, Mass., and work with the Irving Transit Authority, who has agreed to schedule rides directly to the Farley parking lot. More information on that is on the website. Assuming you do get parking in the main lot, the trail behind the kiosk is going to take you up the hill and connect you with the Red Dot Trail, which is a really lovely loop that goes around all of the crags and boulders Farley has to offer. In terms of gear to enjoy Farley, we would recommend somewhere between 12 and 15 quick draws of varying lengths. Many of the anchors have attached carabiners or quick clips, although not all of them, so be prepared to clean your anchors without those, although you probably will find them in most places. A 60-meter rope should be totally fine. There are a few places where a 70-meter comes in very useful, and many of those are marked with a small medallion that shows you need a 70-meter rope. With the exception of a few climbs, a single trad rack should be sufficient. We would recommend a helmet, of course, for climbing, especially being aware that Farley is tiered and there are many crags that go above others, so folks may be walking around above you, whether they're climbers or hikers. While the hike up can be a bit steep, it should take about 10 minutes to get to the Red Dot Trail Junction. Once you're at the Red Dot Trail Junction, the access to all of the routes and boulders Farley has to offer. You can head either left, right, or there's a trail heading straight up. And the trail straight up is going to take you to the Wall of Early Morning Light. Walking to the left is going to take you to the shelter overhangs, among other small crags in the area. At the shelter overhangs, you have mostly sport climbing between 5'10 and 5'12, including Quarry Man and Quarry Girl. If you continue on the Red Dot Trail, eventually you're going to hit Crag X, which is the farthest out crag that we have. There are a couple of other small crags out there too. It's also a mostly sport area with routes between 5'7 and 5'13. Walking to the right on the Red Dot Trail is going to get you to a majority of the crags that Farley has to offer, including the Zen Wall, the Pooh Buttress, the Courtroom, the Yellow Wall, the 5-Minute Wall, and all of the tiers. There's all kinds of climbing out there with sport climbing, mixed climbing, and trad climbing. The first crag you will come to after getting to this junction down the right side of this trail is going to be the Zen Wall, which has a number of really great sport and trad routes between 5.5 and 5.9. If you continue past this sign up the trail, you're going to approach the wall of early morning light, which is probably the most popular area at Farley. When you get to the top of this trail to the base of the cliff, you're going to be looking at two 510s, Madam Butterfly and Stinger. To the left of that, you're going to see the rest of the wall of early morning light. Majority of climbing here is sport, 5.11 and up, although there is a really incredible 5.9 to the left of those first two routes that you see called Eye Opener, and a number of mixed routes and trad routes in there as well. It's important to know that there's a first aid kit just to the left of Madam Butterfly in an orange box. Popular routes to the left of Madam Butterfly include Kryptonite, The Beach, 6-Foot Roof, Salty Dog, Eye Opener, Bandwagon, Target Practice, Diabolic, and Caught in the Act. Farley definitely has something for everyone, and while we can't get into exactly where all of the routes are on this video, I'd love to give you just a general sense of what to look for at some different crags. If you're looking for crag-style sport climbing, the Wall of Early Morning Light definitely has a lot of the classics. If you're looking for a more remote and shady location, Crag X, while it's a bit farther of a hike, might be the place for you. I'd say the most aesthetic technical sport climbing would be the Yellow Wall with 5.11 and over climbing there. Some incredible trad crack climbs are on the second tier. Two great family spots would be the 5-minute wall with a great variety of sport climbs, or the Zen wall, which is relatively shady and has a lot of trad climbs. We'll have to do a separate video on all of the boulders that Farley has because it needs one in itself. We certainly hope to see you out at Farley. If you have any questions, please get a hold of the WMCC at climbnice.org, and happy climbing!